this is Jonathan. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I am going to be doing a first impressions walkthrough of the In-Between Tarot. So this is created by the same people who did the before and after, but this is asking what happens between. I got all three, but I wanted to do this one by itself. And then the before and after. Actually, it'd be interesting to grab the other two and do before, in between, and after. But I think today we're just going to focus on this. Yeah. I think at some point that's what I'm going to want to do is have all three of the decks and then have a before card, an in-between card, and an after card, just to see how that works, because that seems like a very intriguing use of the three decks. So In-Between Tarot has, the typical little magnetic box. In-Between Tarot, as the before and after tarot explores what happens just before and after each arcana, the In-Between Tarot focuses on the relationships between cards. Each In-Between card expresses a symbolic space that connects the arcana, revealing the connection between them. The cards will help the reader to shift her focus from hard meanings to softer, more dynamic nuances and interpretations. The In-Between Tarot will also open the door to a brand new way to read and study the traditional tarot, which is very true. Ooh, I love the Ouroboros. So nice book. We get color photos. It's 160 pages. I love that you have personal notes in the back here. Of course, I don't know anyone who actually does them. Then the end of the book here we have, some spreads. The bridge spread, that sounds interesting. The next step method. Using the deck with larger spreads. Oh, this looks like Radiant Wise Spirit with between. Interesting. A little blurb about reversals, exploring your in-between cards, about the author, about the artist, and then I love that you get full page for the majors, but then you still get color images for the minors, even though you don't get the full page. Right. I'm looking forward to diving a little deeper. I haven't seen any walkthroughs or anything, so this is going to be brand new to me. Here for now. A little pull tab, which is it's a chunky deck, isn't it? Nice insert with a ribbon pull. I always love that. Looks like it should have a start somewhere, maybe. I guess maybe it doesn't have one of those pulls. Okay. Get this open here. The advert for their online group. And here we have title card. These are the backs. I'll have to go back in here and check that about the reversals, because I don't know, I would consider this a non-reversal because it's pretty obvious what's upright and what's reversed. very interesting image here. So this is between the Fool and the Magician. Huh. This is definitely going to be a deck that I dive a little deeper into before I use it for others. Magician. So each one is the main one and the next one. So here's the Magician, but with that High Priestess energy. High Priestess with the Empress. That's a gorgeous image. I think I'm going to like this deck, even though it's not the typical tarot. Just because it's very... Oh, it's almost like it'd be a good oracle deck. Oh, here's that image. Got the Emperor and the Hierophant together. I'm really digging how this deck is coming together. And then here we have the Hierophant actually marrying the lovers, which I really do like this image here. I love Los Scarabeo for their cardstock. Now we have the lovers with the Chariot energy. This is a very intriguing deck to me. It's definitely going to be a little bit of a deeper use, I think. Here, the Chariot is your mind itself. Wow. The strength to walk away. Wow. Okay. I love how I can see both the cards in the image itself. It's a very interesting deck. I'm going to have to play with this a little bit. I'm definitely going to read the book just to really get a good understanding. I love how you can still see like a hermit reflection in the sword that I assume is the sword of justice, sword of truth, right? Even the ancient civilizations get buried eventually. It's an interesting image. Justice and the Hangman mixed together as justice. Huh. This deck is definitely it's gonna be a deep dive for me because I actually really like this idea of the in-between. And like reading just with this, but then also using it with the before and after tarots as part of the mix. Because I don't know, it's very intriguing how you get both. Like here's the cups from Temperance, but then there's the Devil. But then you see the Phoenix too. It's just, I don't know, there's just something about this deck that really draws me in and intrigues me. I can't wait to see the minors. And I'm glad I haven't seen any walkthroughs because this is very... The Devil, the Tower. Yeah, these images are deep. And you can see the progress here. It's going to be interesting too to see how when they line up, like say this landed here like this instead. That would, yeah. So many ideas running through my brain, I can't even express them all. But this deck is, I'm glad I got this deck. It's going to definitely deepen my understanding of the tarot in a big way. Sun and moon. The moon. Oh. That's interesting progress right there. That's the same building. Was it here too? No. Sorry, it's just very... It's like I can't wait to play with this deck. It's very different, and I like different. The World and the Fool. I love this image too. Oh, and now we get into the minors. Ooh, it's starting with cups. That's cool. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. Two of Cups, Three of Cups. I love that, actually. Three of Cups, Four of Cups. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna... This is a very intriguing deck to me. Because I don't think I would read it like a normal tarot. Not with how there's... It's that in-between. So... Huh. Six Cups, Seven of Cups. Oh, is this them as children and then as teens? Is that what that is? His hands. Oh, it's their hands. Huh. Wow. Deck is very intriguing. So different, and yet I can totally see. I can see what's going on too at the same time. Okay, so the 10 cycles back to the ace. Which, let's see. Full circle. Interesting. Oh, sorry. I'm just so excited about this deck. It's unlike any tarot deck I've ever seen. I love this idea of like taking two cards and seeing what's between them. Page of Cups, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, King of Cups. It's interesting having a man standing in place of the Queen of Cups, too. And then King of Cups. Oh, interesting. And then you cycle back to the page. Huh. I love how they made it a family, like a never-ending cycle of a family. Right. Coins now. Oh, 2 of coins. So intriguing. It's like my brain's trying to feel full just trying to comprehend each card. Oh, that's interesting. So you definitely see a progression of things. Like each card, even though it's an in-between, they seem to definitely follow progress. Each suit has a story. I'll have to get a chance to lay this out. The story of women's suffrage. Oh wow. Full circle. That's so cool. It's like it's a circular story, and then the courts are kept separate, and yet are tied in. Very interesting. I love these progressions. And then it circles back around. Wow. This deck is deep, I must say. Two to three. 3 to 4. These images are just gorgeous too. I love the artwork. Definitely a progression. Oh, sorry. I'm getting speechless here. This deck is definitely just like, it's expanding. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's definitely triggering like understanding. It's triggering like, I'm just going deeper into each card. I love how they're all like these cycles of story. And it's like, even though I can see how they're taking from each one of the cards that's supposed to be represented, it's creating its own thing at the same time. Creating its own story. and each card progresses to the next part of the story. Even more so than the regular tarot in a way. And it's just this intriguing, it's like, here's the regular tarot, here's the in-between. Like, I think even, I haven't looked through them yet, but even the before and after still are tied to the original tarot imagery. Whereas this, it's like it uses the combination of two cards to create something new, but then in a way where the story just progresses, and like each suit has its own story to follow. I think I need to like lay these cards out and really just get a full view of it all. Sword eventually goes back into the rock, only to be picked up again by the next round. It's like repeating stories in each. Then even the suits here are just like it's like a repeating cycle. Although I do find it odd how often a queen is shown as a man. I mean, there's not a single female in these swords. So, there is that. I mean, it's its own thing for sure. There's a few flaws as far as, you know, okay, that's very Africana, kind of like not real. And again, this king is a man. This queen is a woman. I guess there's only women in the coins one, which is interesting. And then, okay, I guess the wands are all female too. Wait, does that mean that the cups are all male? I guess so. That's interesting if they split the masculine and feminine that way. I guess I can see it because wands and swords are usually considered masculine, and they have both all male and all female. So they have the male and the female within the male and the female. I get it. Okay, interesting. So anyway, enough of my rambling. Like I said, this deck is just kind of made my head explode, but in a good way. And I really look forward to just sitting down with this book and really just diving in, getting to know like the bridge, the connection, the idea. I mean, sliding doors, how many doors have you opened, like seeing how things connect, removing the borders, which the in-between deck majors only, oh, okay. So is the before, what's happening, and after. I'll have to get out one of my regular Rider-Waite-Smith decks to have when I open. I think I'm going to do one video for the before and after. Anyway, that is a different video. And this has been the In-Between Tarot. Sorry for my rambling and spaciness. It's just, this deck really just kind of blew my mind. And wow, I can't wait to really like dive in, use it, see how it works in a reading. Because it's a cool concept, but I also want to see how it functions when I'm trying to read with it, and how often I'm going to have to jump in here and get a little more understanding of what the card really is supposed to like represent, since it is supposed to be the in-between. Let me know, do you have this deck? Do you use it? Do you feel that it gives a different type of reading than a regular tarot? Or is it a novelty thing? Is it just like kind of fun to have as in your collection, but you're not necessarily going to use it for anything other than maybe an oracle? Yeah, let me know. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so ding-a-lings every time I put up a video. And until next time, aloha.